This is Sunday, and I only have one or two things to say. But the reason that I'm coming back more often is because um, I want to make sure that I get details that I remember when I go throughout my day to really home in on what's going on around here so that I can refine it. And so I will be repeating myself. I say things over and over again, I'm pretty sure, but um, but some things may be different that I remember while I'm talking about the things that happened in the past, and or if I can remember to elaborate on certain things that I've never mentioned before, then that's helpful, I think. And I don't think, well, never mind. I was going to say, I wondered if I'm coming on here so often because of ego, or I'm having things to say and look at me. And my shirt, which I like my shirt today, but but it's not that. It's that I really want it to get out there what is going on. And so today, Sundays are different. It just feels different because of the church thing that goes on across the street. They have a legitimate Sunday service. And I think people that are real go there. But it's also a front. It's also a front, and it kind of hides some, like the murky details in the background. Like for instance, what came to my mind, I only have one or two things to say, and if I don't get it out right away, then chances are I'll forget the second one before I'm finished with the first one, or I'll start with the second one and I won't remember the first one then once I do the second one. So, you know, I'll try to do the best I can. But last Sunday I had somewhere to go, and so I was turning the corner, and the city bus was stopped just down the street from the church on that side across the street, and a whole bunch of it looked like homeless people came off the bus, and there were a lot of them, just heading towards the church. And I'm thinking, well, that makes sense. They sometimes homeless people don't have access to get there, or they don't, they can't travel if they are around somewhere other area that it makes sense to meet downtown or something, and then be bussed over, because that's what this church kind of advertises, is that they're like this is where you can get redemption, if you've done wrong, and that you've had kind of backgrounds that are less than stellar, then, and you're and like drug addictions and just different things that make people homeless. And so they kind of cater to that, which is a really lofty, thing to do. And so, but it just, because I know about this place, it just makes me feel like it's, they have to make it look good to make the other people that go voluntarily to get the help they need, and to get the guidance they want legitimately. It's to make them, because all these homeless people are just voluntarily going to this church. And what I think is that, when they see that and they say, "Oh, they're making progress," they're really turning people's lives around. It's so good that they're doing this. But what I think is they pay these homeless people to come there on Sundays and make a good show. I don't know if that's true or not at all, but makes sense to me. But and I don't believe they have a food pantry on Saturdays, and I don't believe they make a big show of busing homeless people out there for the food pantry. They got to hoof it over there themselves, get there however they can, I suppose. So, and then the second thing I forgot. Oh, yeah. It's a little different in the air around here on Sundays because I don't think they're as heavily guarding my activity on my phone and on my devices as much on Sundays. Who knows if that's true or not? And so I wanted to kind of get on here in the morning just to see what happens, because I don't know. I do post whenever, but I just thought maybe I'll just try it and see what happens, because there's not too much yelling. There was a loud cackle this morning coming from up there, but other than that, it's been really quiet, And sometimes she used to put a big Jesus sign on her window on Sundays, especially Sundays, but then just keep it up there. But she doesn't do that lately. She might start doing that again. I don't know. So that's another thing that just is so, I don't know, to use religion like that on people, especially the unsuspecting people, that, what the heck are they teaching them over there on Sundays? What are they putting in their heads? If they're people that are searching, honestly searching, what are they doing? So, I don't know. That's all I had to say. I really wanted just to post something today at this time because it's so kind of nice and quiet. There was a dog. That's another thing. On Sundays, they do tend to have more dogs around, but they don't really do anything, I don't think, during church services, and then it's in the afternoon and evenings that they start whooping it up, but so they have a couple dogs barking around here, and then I did hear a guy tell him to stop, tell him to, I don't know, sit or stop or something like that. And so somebody, it's not this next door place, but it's the place next to that they handle dogs on certain occasions. It's less than it used to be, but it could pick up anytime. And it might be more prevalent, that type of thing, further away from me, where I don't really observe it. Because it's just kind of not just on my block that this is happening. And so I'm not privy to all that, but I would notice it if I did live in that area too. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye. Thank you.